The stars shone bright in the dark sky above the small hospital ship Mercy Star. It was a special ship, painted white with red crosses on its sides. This ship did not carry weapons or soldiers. It carried doctors, nurses, and medicines. Its only mission was to help those who were hurt in the terrible wars far from Earth. The Mercy Star was a symbol of hope, a place where enemies could find peace and care. Inside the ship, Captain Elena Moore walked quietly through the narrow hallways. She was tall and calm with sharp eyes that watched everything. The ship's crew respected her because she was brave and kind. They all knew how important their work was. They were not soldiers. They were helpers, healers. But in space, even those who only wanted peace had to be careful. The ship's medical bay was full of soft light and quiet sounds. Nurses moved gently, checking on patients. There were many injured people, some from human colonies, others from alien worlds. The Mercy Star did not ask questions about who they were or where they came from. Its job was to heal no matter what. One patient was a young alien boy with green skin and big scared eyes. He had been hurt in a fight on his planet. Nurse Lila held his hand and told him stories to keep him calm. The boy smiled a little, forgetting the pain for a moment. This was what the Mercy Star was about, hope and care in the middle of war. Far away on Earth, people watched news reports about the Mercy Star. Many felt proud that humanity had built such a ship. It showed the best part of human nature, kindness and bravery. But some leaders worried. Space was dangerous, and not all alien groups liked humans. They feared something bad might happen. Back on the ship, Elena stood by a large window, looking out at the stars. She thought about the next stop, the colony of New Terra. It was a place still healing from war, and the Mercy Star would bring much-needed help. She knew the crew was ready, but she also felt a quiet fear inside. The peace was fragile. Suddenly, an alarm sounded softly through the ship. It was a warning. Something was near. The crew stopped what they were doing and went to their stations. Elena's heart beat faster. She knew this ship carried no weapons, but they had to be alert. A radar screen showed a ship approaching fast. It was not on their list of friendly vessels. The alien ship was big and looked powerful. Elena ordered calm. "This is the Mercy Star. We are a hospital ship. We mean no harm. Please identify yourself," she said over the loudspeaker. There was no answer. The alien ship kept coming closer. The crew watched nervously. The ship's captain, a tall man named Jax, stood beside Elena. He was new but skilled. "Captain, they're not responding. What should we do?" he asked. Elena shook her head. "We keep trying to communicate. We are not here to fight. But be ready for anything." Minutes passed. The alien ship stopped nearby, then suddenly fired a warning shot. It exploded near the Mercy Star, shaking the hull. Panic spread through the crew. They knew they had to protect the patients, but they had no weapons. Elena's voice was steady. "Everyone stay calm. Medical teams protect the patients. We send a message to Earth. We need help." The Mercy Star sent a distress call. It told Earth what was happening: an attack on a hospital ship. The message spread quickly, reaching the United Earth government and news stations around the world. People were shocked and angry. How could anyone attack a hospital ship? On the Mercy Star, the crew worked fast. Nurses and doctors moved injured patients to safer areas. The ship's engineers tried to repair the damage. Elena looked at her team with pride. They stayed strong even in danger. The alien ship fired again, but the Mercy Star used its small engines to move away. They had no weapons, but they could try to escape. The stars blurred as the hospital ship pushed through space, hoping to reach safety. Elena sent one last message to the attackers. "This is a hospital ship. We carry only the wounded. Stop this attack immediately. You will face consequences." There was silence, then the alien ship turned and sped away. The crew sighed with relief, but the damage was done. 2 crew members were hurt, and many were scared. The young alien boy in the medical bay cried softly. Elena held his hand and promised him safety. Far from the battle, on Earth, leaders gathered. The news was clear. Someone had attacked humanity's hospital ship. This was not an accident. It was a message and a challenge. President Marcus Hale stood before the council. We cannot allow this. The Mercy Star was helping everyone, friend and foe alike. This attack is an attack on all humanity. The council debated. Some wanted to send diplomats. Others believed only strength would work. In the end, they agreed. Earth's war fleet would move to protect human ships and make sure no one dared attack again. Back on the Mercy Star, Elena and her crew prepared for the long journey ahead. They knew the universe was changing. But they also knew one thing for sure. Humanity would fight to protect those who needed help. The calm before the storm was ending, and a new chapter was about to begin. The Mercy Star floated in the quiet darkness of space. Its white hull still bore the scars from the attack, but inside, the crew worked hard to heal and repair. The ship's medics were busy treating injured crew members. Elena Moore, the captain, moved among them quietly, her face serious but calm. The alien boy, whom everyone called Zek, was resting now. His green skin was pale, but he was alive. Nurse Lila stayed close to him, telling him stories about Earth's forests and animals to keep his spirits up. Zek's eyes sometimes shone with hope. Despite their relief that the attack had stopped, everyone on the ship felt a heavy weight. They knew this was not a random act. Someone had chosen to fire on a hospital ship, a clear violation of space law and common decency. Elena stood in the command room, staring at the star map. The ship's sensors had detected the alien warship's path. It was heading toward a nearby star system called Virella. Elena sent a secure message to Earth. We need support. This is more than just an attack. We must understand why. Earth? The news spread like wildfire. People watched the images of the damaged Mercy Star and the brave crew working inside. The public was angry and fearful. Why would anyone attack a ship that only wanted to help? The United Earth government ordered the rapid deployment of their war fleet. The fleet was a group of powerful ships designed to protect Earth and its allies. They were ready to respond to any threat, especially one as bold as attacking a hospital ship. Meanwhile, back on the Mercy Star, Elena received a new report. Intelligence officers had intercepted messages from the alien attackers. The messages were harsh and filled with threats. The attackers called themselves the Drakari. They said the hospital ship was spying and helping Earth's enemies. Elena frowned. She knew the Drakari were a secretive and aggressive species. They had a history of conflict with several human colonies. But attacking a hospital ship was a dangerous step. It could start a war. The crew prepared for their next destination, but now they were more cautious. Elena ordered extra security and careful scanning of every ship nearby. The Mercy Star was not just a hospital anymore. It was a symbol of humanity's courage and peace, and now it had become a target. One day, as the ship approached the Virella system, sensors detected multiple ships approaching fast. This time it was not just one attacker. A small fleet of Drakari warships surrounded the Mercy Star. Their ships were dark and sharp, built for battle. Elena's heart pounded. All crew, prepare for emergency, she ordered. Medical teams, protect the wounded. Everyone else stay calm and follow orders. The Drakari ship sent a message. Their leader's voice was cold and angry. You humans think you can spread your influence in our space. We will stop you by any means. Elena answered firmly. We are a hospital ship. We do not fight. We only heal. Let us pass. The Drakari ignored her. They fired warning shots, making the Mercy Star shake again. The injured patients cried, out in pain. The crew worked faster, moving them to safer rooms. Suddenly, one of the Drakari ships fired a beam directly at the Mercy Star. This time, the attack was stronger. The ship's shields weakened, and a part of the hull was damaged. Alarms blared everywhere. Elena shouted commands to keep everyone safe. The ship's small engines pushed hard to move away, but the Drakari ships were faster and closing in. Inside the medical bay, chaos and fear mixed with determination. Doctors and nurses worked together to save lives. Nurse Lila held Zek close. We will get through this, she whispered. Elena looked at the main screen. We cannot fight them with weapons, but we have something else. She pressed a button to send a signal, a call for help to Earth's war fleet now on the way. The message was urgent and clear. Hospital ship under attack by Drakari fleet. Request immediate support. Minutes felt like hours as the Mercy Star dodged attacks. The crew's training and courage kept the ship going. They protected the wounded and kept the engines running. Then, in the distance, bright lights appeared. The Earth war fleet had arrived. Elena's voice was steady but full of hope. Help is here. The Earth fleet formed a shield around the Mercy Star. Their warships fired warning shots at the Drakari, forcing them to slow down and think. The Drakari leader's voice came again, this time with surprise and anger. You bring soldiers to protect a hospital ship? You admit this is war? Elena replied. This is not war unless you make it so. We only want peace and safety for all. The Warfleet Commander Admiral Chen spoke to the Drakari. Withdraw your ships immediately. Any further attack will be met with force. The Drakari hesitated. They saw the strength of Earth's fleet and the determination in their voices. Slowly the Drakari ships turned and fled. The Mercy Star crew cheered quietly. They were safe for now. But everyone knew this was only the beginning. Elena thanked Admiral Chen. You saved us. But this attack means something bigger is coming. Admiral Chen nodded. We will be ready. Earth will stand strong. As the ships moved away from the Varela system, Elena looked out at the stars. She thought about the promise they all shared. To protect the innocent, to heal the wounded, and to never back down when faced with cruelty. The war was not over. It had only just begun. News of the attack on the Mercy Star spread quickly across Earth. People everywhere watched the reports on their screens, schools, homes, and offices alike. The images of the damaged hospital ship and its brave crew touched many hearts. For days, the world waited, anxious and angry. How could anyone attack a ship whose only purpose was to heal? In the large meeting hall of the United Earth government, leaders gathered in urgent discussion. President Marcus Hale stood at the front, his face serious. Around him were generals, diplomats, scientists, and advisors. The room was tense. Every voice was raised with concern. We cannot let this act go unanswered, President Hale said firmly. The Mercy Star was a symbol of hope and peace. Attacking it is an attack on everything humanity stands for. General Voss, a strong man with years of military experience, nodded. We have already dispatched the war fleet to the Varela system, but we must prepare for more. This is a challenge, and we must respond with strength. Not all agreed. Diplomat Arya Klein spoke softly but clearly. We must seek peace first. We cannot rush into war over one incident, no matter how terrible. There may be misunderstandings. President Hale considered her words. I agree we want peace. But peace without strength is weakness. If we do not stand firm, we invite more attacks. The debate went on for hours. Finally, the council agreed on a plan. The war fleet would remain in Naue, the area protecting human ships and allies. At the same time, diplomats would try to open talks with the Drakari to understand why they had attacked. Meanwhile, Earth's people showed their support. Volunteers joined the space forces, and engineers worked day and night to build more ships and improve defenses. The country united in a way not seen in years. Back on the Mercy Star, Captain Elena Moore received the orders from Earth. The war fleet, led by Admiral Chen, would stay near the Varela system. The Mercy Star was to continue its mission, but with greater protection and caution. Elena called her senior officers. We must keep helping those in need, but we cannot ignore the danger. Our work is more important than ever. The galaxy is watching us. The ship moved carefully through space, aided by Earth's warships. Wherever they went, news of the hospital ship's bravery spread. Some colonies sent messages of thanks, while others sent warnings. Be careful. The Drakari are dangerous. 1. Night. Elena stood on the observation deck looking at the stars. Admiral Chen joined her, a calm and thoughtful man. The Drakari's attack was not just about stopping a hospital ship, he said. They want to weaken Earth's influence and scare others, but we will not let them. Elena nodded. We have to be ready for anything. Our strength is in our courage and care. We will not let fear stop us. Suddenly, a call came in from Earth's intelligence division. They had discovered something troubling. The Drakari were building more warships and gathering allies. A larger conflict might be coming. The news hit the crew hard. They knew the peaceful days were ending, but they also knew humanity had survived worse. They had faced challenges and had always risen stronger. Elena gathered the crew. We are not just healers. We are defenders of peace. We will keep going no matter what. The Mercy Star and Earth's fleet began a new chapter, one of guarded hope and quiet strength. The galaxy was dangerous, but humanity's spirit was stronger. The calm before the storm was over. The real fight was just beginning. The space around the Varela system was quiet but tense. The stars twinkled far away, but near the Mercy Star the atmosphere was heavy. The hospital ship moved slowly, carefully avoiding danger. Around it, the Earth war fleet gathered like a shield, powerful ships ready to protect and fight if needed. Admiral Chen stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Valiant. He watched the radar screens carefully. His fleet was the best Earth had to offer, fast, strong, and well-trained. The officers around him shared the same serious look. They all knew the stakes were high. Captain Elena Moore's ship is vulnerable, Admiral Chen said, but it is a symbol. We cannot let it fall. Back on the Mercy Star, Elena met with her officers. The fleet is here to protect us, she said, but we cannot rely on them alone. We must be ready to defend ourselves if the Drakari attack again. Her second-in-command, Lieutenant Jax, nodded. We may not have weapons, but we have speed and knowledge of the ship. We can outmaneuver them if we stay alert. The Drakari, meanwhile, watched from a distance. Their leader, a fierce commander named Jartek, was angry and confused. Earth's war fleet was stronger than they expected. Their plan to scare humans had failed. Jartek gathered his officers. We must decide quickly. Do we attack the Earth fleet and risk war, or do we retreat and rethink? Some of his commanders wanted to fight, others feared the consequences. The debate was fierce, but Jartek made the final call. We will send a message to Earth. We do not want open war yet, but we will not allow the humans to spread their influence here. The message was clear and cold. Withdraw your forces. This space belongs to the Drakari. Peace can only come if you leave. Admiral Chen received the message and smiled slightly. They want us to back down. That will not happen. He ordered his fleet to increase patrols around the Mercy Star and nearby colonies. Earth's ships moved like a protective wall, scanning for any sign of attack. One day, as the fleet guarded a small colony, a distress call came from a nearby planet. The message was short and urgent. The colony was under attack by Drakari forces. Admiral Chen and Elena met quickly. We cannot ignore this, Chen said. If the Drakari attack a colony under our protection, we must respond. Elena agreed. The Mercy Star will provide medical aid, the fleet will defend the colony. This is what we are here for. The Earth fleet moved fast. They arrived just as the Drakari forces began their attack. The battle was fierce and loud. Laser beams flashed, ships moved at high speed, and explosions lit the dark sky. But Earth's fleet was prepared. Their ships were strong and well-coordinated. They fought with skill and courage. Slowly, the Drakari were pushed back. On the Mercy Star, doctors and nurses worked under pressure. Injured soldiers and civilians were brought aboard. Elena moved through the medical bays, offering words of encouragement. We are here to help. Stay strong. Despite the danger, the crew's spirit did not break. They treated every patient with care, no matter which side they came from. The Mercy Star remained a beacon of hope in the chaos. After the battle, the Drakari ships withdrew, but the message was clear. They would continue to challenge Earth's presence. The war fleet's arrival had changed the balance, but the conflict was far from over. Back on the Valiant, Admiral Chen prepared for the next move. We will not back down. Earth stands with its people and allies. We will protect peace even if it means war. Elena looked out at the stars, thinking of all the lives depending on them. The war fleet was strong, but the real strength was humanity's courage and hope. The universe was dangerous, but Earth was ready, and the Mercy Star would keep shining no matter the storm ahead. After the fierce battle near the Varela system, the Mercy Star and Earth's war fleet stayed alert. The attacks had slowed, but no one believed the danger was gone. Captain Elena Moore and Admiral Chen knew this was just the start of a bigger fight. Earth's intelligence teams worked non-stop, searching for clues about the Drakari's true plans. One day they intercepted secret messages from deep inside the Drakari command. These messages were not meant for humans, but Earth's spies found them. Elena gathered with Admiral Chen and the intelligence officers in a secure room on the Valiant. The screen showed decoded messages filled with plans and threats. The Drakari were not just attacking hospital ships or colonies. They wanted to start a large war. They aimed to weaken Earth's influence and take control of many star systems. A shock ran through the room. The Drakari were using smaller attacks to scare humans and their allies. Their goal was to divide the galaxy, forcing planets to choose sides. If they succeeded, the Drakari would become the strongest power in the region. Admiral Chen's voice was firm. We must stop them now. If they continue, the galaxy will fall into chaos. Elena nodded. We will need allies. Earth cannot fight alone. Soon, messages from other alien species began to arrive. Some worlds had already suffered from the Drakari's aggression. Others feared what might come next. Slowly, a coalition formed, a group of planets and species ready to stand with Earth against the Drakari threat. This new alliance brought hope. It meant the fight was not just about Earth, but about protecting peace and freedom across the galaxy. The Mercy Star prepared for a new mission, to travel between allied planets, offering medical help and strengthening bonds. At the same time, Earth's warfleet trained harder, ready for the battles ahead. Elena and her crew visited many worlds. Each stop was a chance to heal wounds, both physical and political. The Mercy Star's reputation grew. People saw that humanity's care was real and unchanging. During one visit, Elena met an alien diplomat named Karel from the planet Zephyr. He was tall and wise, with eyes that seemed to look deep into the soul. You humans are different, Karel said. You do not just fight with weapons. You fight with heart. That is why others follow you. Elena smiled. We believe that strength means more than weapons. It means courage, kindness, and standing up for what is right. Back on Earth, the warfleet prepared for the possibility of a large battle. Ships were upgraded, new pilots trained, and strategies planned. The galaxy watched, waiting to see if peace would hold or if war would break out fully. Then the Drakari struck again, this time with a surprise attack on an allied planet far from the Varela system. The attack was quick and brutal, but thanks to Earth's warning and alliance, the defenders fought back strongly. The battle was fierce, but it showed something important. The Drakari were not unbeatable. United Earth and its allies could stand against the threat. Elena watched the battle reports carefully. This is a turning point, she said. We have the chance to end this before it grows worse. Admiral Chen agreed. We will use every tool, strength, diplomacy, and hope to protect the galaxy. The Mercy Star continued its work, healing the wounded and reminding everyone why peace was worth fighting for. The warfleet stood ready, a shield for humanity and its friends. The truth had unfolded. The Drakari's plan was clear, but so was humanity's resolve. Together with allies, they would face the storm and defend the future. The galaxy held its breath. After months of growing tension, Earth's warfleet and its allies stood ready near the heart of the Varela system. The Drakari forces had gathered too, their ships dark and sharp against the starry background. It was clear now. This battle would decide the future. Captain Elena Moore stood on the bridge of the Mercy Star, her eyes steady and calm. Though her ship was unarmed, her spirit was strong. Around her, the crew prepared for what lay ahead. Not just a fight, but a test of everything humanity stood for. Admiral Chen stood on his flagship, the Valiant, coordinating the fleet. The warships were ready, their weapons charged and their pilots alert. Every member of the fleet knew the stakes. They were not fighting for conquest or glory. They were fighting to protect the innocent, the wounded, and the hope for peace. The Drakari fleet moved closer, their leader, Commander Jartek, sending a final warning. Surrender your fleets and hand over your allies. Leave this system, or face destruction. Elena's voice answered clearly over all channels. We will never surrender. We fight for peace, for the lives we protect. If you want war, then you will have it. The battle began with a roar. Laser beams crossed the void. Explosions lit up the darkness and ships darted like stars moving in a deadly dance. The Drakari fought fiercely, using every tactic they knew. But Earth's fleet was stronger and smarter. They moved as one, defending, the Mercy Star at every turn. Inside the Mercy Star, doctors and nurses worked tirelessly. The wounded from the battle were brought aboard, both humans and aliens. Elena walked among them, offering words of hope. You are safe here, she said. We will get through this together. The battle raged for hours. The Drakari made desperate attacks, but Earth's fleet held firm. Pilots risked everything to protect their ships and their comrades. Engineers repaired damage quickly, and commanders adapted to every new threat. Then, a turning point. Admiral Chen ordered a bold move, a coordinated strike on the Drakari's command ship. The fleet's best pilots raced forward, breaking through enemy lines. The strike was precise and powerful. The command ship was hit hard, its systems failing. Commander Jartek's voice was heard one last time, filled with rage and disbelief. With their leader's ship crippled, the Drakari fleet began to retreat. Earth's forces pursued cautiously, then stopped as the enemy withdrew beyond the system's edge. The battle was won. The price was high, many ships damaged, brave pilots lost, but humanity had stood strong. Back on the Mercy Star, Elena looked at her crew. We did not fight for war, she said softly. We fought for peace, for the right to care and protect. Admiral Chen contacted Earth. The Drakari threat has been broken, but we must remain vigilant. President Marcus Hale addressed the galaxy. This victory belongs to all who believe in peace and justice. Humanity will continue to lead with courage and compassion. The Mercy Star resumed its mission, bringing healing where it was needed. The warfleet stayed nearby, a reminder that peace must always be defended. In the quiet moments, Elena thought about the journey they had taken, from an attack on a hospital ship to a battle that shaped the future. Humanity had shown that strength was not only in weapons but in hope, courage, and kindness. The stars above shone brighter now, as if celebrating a new dawn. Humanity had answered the call, and the galaxy would never forget.